And get started. So thank you so much for joining me for this quick live little mini training. I have prepared a couple of slides just to um, keep myself organized. So I will go ahead and pull those up now. Let's see here. All right. Got them. I hope you can see them. Let's just present that. Awesome. So in this quick little mini training, I'm going to talk about mindful breathing, and then we're also going to practice some mindful breathing. But before we get started, I have to do the obligatory introductions just in case you have not had a chance to meet me or get to know me at all yet. I just wanted to let you know who I am providing you this training today. So my name is Shauna. I am the founder of Kalana Yoga and also the Yoga for Self-Care School, which is where I am currently hosting this live training. I am a mom of two little kids. I am married. I have a husband, and I wear many hats by, taking care of our house and all the other things that we do as contributing members of our family. I am a yogi, so I am a practicing yoga student, and I am a certified yoga teacher of over 200 hours of training. I teach online in corporate offices or really wherever I get the chance. I am an entrepreneur. This is my passion is to teach yoga and spread yoga for the benefit of especially those busy parents and stressed out professionals, which I consider myself both. um, I do also have a corporate background as a training manager. So that was my most recent day job until I recently got laid off. And so I've been diving a lot more into this yoga entrepreneurship journey. And so I am bringing more of that to you here. All right. Well, that's enough about me. I just wanted to let you know a little bit of who I am in case we haven't had a chance to hang out yet. This conversation is all about mindful breathing. Now, I've done a few other trainings lately about mindfulness in general, but this one's a little bit more specific and it's just talking about breathing. Now, breathing can be a whole topic of a lot of different trainings. So we're just going to boil this down into specifically mindful breathing. What is it? Why do we do it? And how do we do it? But I want to give you a little bit of a pitch. I want to share with you why mindful breathing actually works. So obviously we know we are living human beings that have to breathe, but when we do so automatically, it just keeps us alive. But what our breath is actually this fantastic tool that is with us all the time, always in our back pocket. And it can really be very useful to help us calm our nerves, reduce our stress, clear our head. So, some of the scientific research that has been done about mindful breathing is that it is the fastest way to shift your nervous system. Slow, intentional breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and settle or rest and relax response. So our nervous system has all of these different reactions. And when we can activate our parasympathetic nervous system, that's what helps us kind of get out of that fight or flight or that high stress, high reactivity frame of mind and helps us get back into our logical, calm, realistic, proper perspective that we can use to make better decisions and behave in such a way that is more aligned with what we intend to behave. It interrupts the stress cycle in real time by lowering the heart rate, reducing muscle tension, calming the amygdala, and re-engaging the prefrontal cortex. So as we talked about before, the prefrontal cortex is that place in the beginning, in the front side of our brain that allows us to think logically when it's calm. When we are stressed out, our fight or flight response activates in the back of our brain, and then we can make rash decisions or behave in such a way that we might not want to look back on. So that's a little bit about why and how it actually works. There is a lot of science behind this. It's not just a woo woo, breathe, feel better, good vibes type of skill. It is really backed by science, and it's really fascinating what they have been able to learn about something as simple as just paying attention to your breath. So with that being said, what is mindful breathing? So, mindful breathing is, like I said, there's lots of different styles and techniques for breath work. Pranayama is a whole limb of yoga that dives deeply into different techniques of breath work. And there's a lot you can learn about it. That's not what we're going to talk about today. Mindful breathing is not one of those drawn out specific techniques that you have to learn about. It is not even necessarily deep breathing. You're not trying to expand your lungs to their max capacity. It does not require big dramatic inhales or depriving yourself of air by exhaling every single thing out of your lungs. What it is simply attentive breathing. It is being aware of your breath and not forcing it. It's noticing the breath, following it, and letting it naturally regulate your internal state. So, by simply paying attention to our breath, even if we don't change anything, we are practicing mindful breathing, and we are focusing our attention away from whatever it is outside of our breath that might be causing us stress. And we're bringing that attention to our breath, which is mechanically uh, affecting the body, calming the nerves, calming the heart rate, and helping us be a little more calm and relaxed. So when would you want to utilize this technique? When is this something that you would really want to make sure that you are preparing to have this available to you? So some examples, I mean, honestly, there's endless examples of when this might be relevant and helpful for you. But some examples that come to mind are before walking into a really difficult meeting, when your head could be thinking about every possible most negative situation in the world before going into a difficult conversation. Practicing some mindful breathing will help the logical part of your brain kick back on. When you feel yourself starting to snap at your kids, as parents, I at least can speak for myself. I can feel in the inside when I am starting to lose my patience, and I can tell when I'm on the verge of yelling or snapping in such a way that they might not deserve, or it might not be helpful for them. So if you can practice mindful breathing, then it gives you that extra split second to react in a little more rational way than just letting the emotions take over and snapping and behaving in such a way that you might not want to. When you notice your shoulders start to creep up towards your ears and you feel that tenseness in the upper back, in the neck, in the shoulders, you know what I'm talking about. This can happen over anything. It can happen over traffic or standing in line at the mall. I mean, my goodness, there's so many possibilities that can cause us to feel stress in the body. Practicing some mindful breathing can help us soften our shoulders, relax our neck, feel a little bit more calm and a little less tense. And some other examples include, during the evening transition, if you're going from work to home, you need to kind of reset your mind so you're out of work mode and into family mode. And even if you wake up stressed, if you carried something on with you from the day before and you're waking up in some kind of way on the wrong side of the bed, then practicing some mindful breathing in the moment, in the morning when you wake up, maybe when you're getting dressed or when you're brushing your hair. These are really great opportunities that you can practice it. So, lots of ideas, lots of reasons, lots of times, lots of examples there for when you can practice it. So, I encourage you to think about that next time one of those options comes up to you. And how can this benefit you if you do practice mindful breathing? If you just simply pay attention to your breath, what can happen? How can this help you improve? Well, we talked about it a lot already, but simply help you be more patient, help you be more emotionally regulated, help you feel a little less reactive to things. It can definitely help improve your sleep, especially if you're practicing it right before bed. It can give you more energy because you're not operating in this chronic stage of fight or flight. And it can give you the ability to notice your stress earlier and intervene sooner. Every opportunity to practice mindfulness gives us the opportunity to be more aware and notice when we need it even faster. You might not realize you're stressed until you're already hyperventilating. By practicing mindfulness in any capacity, including mindful breathing, you're going to quicken your awareness time. That way, you can start to see the signs before you get further down the path of stress and overwhelm. So, these are some things that you can look forward to receiving as benefits as a result of this practice. All right. So, with all of that knowledge and reasoning and incentive behind us, let's go ahead and practice. There's several techniques that I could share with you about mindful breathing, but I'm going to share one that I've been really using a lot lately in some of my private yoga classes or even public yoga classes, and that's just the extended exhale. So let's do this together. I invite you to find a comfortable seat. You don't have to change anything about what you're doing, but if you are not seated, maybe consider taking a seat. And when you do, just allow yourself to sit a little taller, get a little prouder in the spine, allowing the shoulders to relax down, allowing the crown of the head to reach upward, not feeling like you're, upright at attention, but just trying not to slouch per se. So just sitting a little taller, a little prouder, and relaxing the shoulders down. Now, you can keep your eyes open if it feels better to close them. That might make it a little more of um, a personal, intimate experience with yourself. So you're more than welcome to keep your eyes closed. And if you really want to help bring attention and awareness to your breath, one thing that can really help is to bring your hands to your chest. So, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, so you can really feel the physical feedback of your breath going in and exhaling out of the body. So, if you're just noticing that you're breathing, then you're already doing it. Congratulations, it's that simple. But if you'd like to maybe take this one step further, I invite you to count the length of your inhale. Now, it doesn't have to be a specific number. You're not necessarily trying to extend the length of your inhale. You're just trying to notice, how long does it take me to inhale a breath? Maybe it's a one count, maybe it's a two count. Maybe because you are paying attention to it, it turns into a four count. Just notice whatever number it is. I'm not going to give you a number because I want you to have your own number. All right. Hopefully, you've done a couple of breaths where you're just noticing how long your inhale is. And then, what I'd like you to try is to count the length of your exhale and just see. This is where the intention actually does come into play. Just see if you can make your exhale the same or one count longer than your inhale. So, if you inhale to the count of one, see if you can exhale to the count of one, two. If you inhale to the count of three, maybe you can slow down your exhale to the count of four. So I'm going to give you another moment here to try that on your own without the distraction of my voice. Beautiful. Alrighty. If your eyes were closed, feel free to open them and come back to join me here. And I just want you to observe briefly, how are you feeling? Perhaps you were not particularly stressed out before we started this exercise. I wouldn't expect you to be. Although if you were, or even if you weren't, I'm curious if you might notice yourself feel even 10% calmer, maybe even less stressed than you were before, even if you weren't really that stressed. But where the real power comes in is if you can practice this when you are feeling stressed. It's as simple as putting your hands on your chest and just counting how long your inhale is, and maybe extending that exhale one count more. That practice of counting will really help bring your attention and your awareness and your focus back to your breath, which is going to give you all those benefits that we talked about before. All right, my friends, I want to make sure this is a quick, helpful, succinct video. So I'm going to leave you with that. If you would like any other mindful breathing techniques or different breathwork techniques, or if you have any questions, I would love to hear from you. And we can always continue this conversation in the Skool community chat, or any in maybe a future training. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope to see you again really soon. Have a great rest of your day.